Here in the U.S., the first quarter of 2025 has brought political, social, and business turmoil not seen in living memory. The new Trump administration daily finds new ways to shake up policies and structures businesses have long assumed were institution, and this further cranks up U.S. political division. So this leaves your corporation and your board in a crossfire of political, social, and strategic battles. How does your board navigate in a world turned upside down? Number one, establish your basics with management. Review your strategic plan and ask for updates on how the assumptions and outside factors could shift over the next 6 to 18 months. Interest rates, stock prices, inflation, regulatory compliance changes, trade, tariff rules. How will big cuts at federal agencies affect your company? While many of the new Trump moves are unclear, board review should focus on risk-based assessment of what might happen and how it could impact your specific operations. Next, corporate principles, mission, and vision statements come in for a lot of dismissal as vague public relations, and it's deserving. But for U.S. corporations, this is a moment to really review how these statements of first principles weigh in on how much you can or should adapt to coming changes. Here's one example. An early Trump move was to pause enforcement of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. Now, does any company actually believe they now have a green light for bribery? No. But a firm restated company policy on corruption could help keep everybody flying straight and narrow and avoid potential temptations down the road. Now is the moment for the board to push your mission statement from boilerplate into actionable principles. Next up, people now feel a need to make public statements online opposing or supporting Trumpworld. Typically, this breaks down into either someone being called a Nazi or calling somebody else a Nazi. Should your company or its leaders join in the crowd? The new survey by FTI Consulting found just 85% of U.S. board members saw greater risk in taking a stance on issues than in staying quiet. And only 18% wanted their top execs speaking out. There are no simple governance rules for taking public stands now. The line between someone's self-righteous statement and someone else's needed statement of principles is just too gray today. Your board is going to need to approach statements with a shareholder value perspective. And finally, DEI policies have exploded as a proxy and public relations battlefield this season. Both for and against advocates are leading campaigns and sometimes spreading misinformation. DEI has become an unquestioned shorthand for everything that one side thinks is good and noble and the other side finds bad. So first, audit the facts at your company. Since no public firm is going to be able to please everyone now with its diversity programs, the best approach for your board is a solid data review on your current policies, their real value, the expenses involved, headcount, pluses and minuses, and how DEI approaches overall are evolving. Note that the recent controversial proxy vote at Costco wasn't about ending or continuing DEI policies at the retailer, but instead just sought a review of the program.